pretty. Pretty. What the
So what's on the feminist agenda today? Oh! Let's attack Disney princesses. I don't know how the heck you could interpret any Disney princess movie as anything other than, oh, it's a romance story, or oh, it's about self-sacrifice, or oh, it's teaching these great morals to kids. And then somehow you just look through this lens and then you're like, oh, it's about the patriarchy. So recently Keira Knightley was on the Ellen show and she was talking about how she banned her children from watching certain Disney films because they were bad for them. Let me tell you what, the moment that you come down hard on my Disney movies, you messed up.
I am going to support her in anything that she wants to do. That's the right thing to do. A little tricky wanting to be a lion, but yes, no, she's allowed to do whatever she wants.
And she's banned from seeing certain children's movies, right?
Yeah.
I think the funny part about how Ellen paves this way into, oh yeah, she's banned from seeing certain children's movies, right? When just before they were talking about, oh, she can be anything she wants, she can do anything she wants. And then she's like, oh, but you can't watch Cinderella. How would you respond if your daughter wanted to be a Disney princess?
What are they?
Cinderella, banned, because, you know, she waits around for a rich guy to rescue her.
What part of that movie was Cinderella waiting around for a rich guy to marry her? What movie did you watch? Cinderella is the one who goes to the ball. She's the one who disobeys her stepmother and goes anyway. Her stepmother said no. She says you have to stay home. You wouldn't fit in the ball. And Cinderella is the one who goes anyway. Fairy godmother up and she gets her pimped out and she goes in style. Oh yeah, she's just waiting around for a rich guy to meet. No, she meets the prince. They fall in love. She's the one who went to him. He didn't have to come to her. She went to him. He doesn't even directly rescue her from the house. It's not like he busts in the door and slays her stepmother or anything. She was locked in a room and the mice helped her out. And then the glass slipper breaks in a variation and she has the other slipper. She's smart, she kept the other slipper. She could have proved at any time if she was given the opportunity, which she was, that she was the girl he met at the ball. She wants to marry him. What are you not getting about Cinderella? She wants to marry him, and she took that step to do so.
No, she waits around for a rich guy to rescue her. Don't rescue yourself, obviously.
Hey, kids, if you're in an abusive household, just rescue yourself. Obviously. What are you guys, idiots? Just rescue yourselves. Just how exactly does she think Cinderella should have ended? What, Cinderella runs away from home and then lives homeless on the streets? Huh? Well, yeah, God forbid Prince Charming taking her out of an abusive home. Men aren't allowed to help women. Women have to help themselves. They can't ask for help. Women, if you're rich, you can't ask for help. You can't do that. You gotta just help yourself, obviously. Just the most stupidest interpretation of Cinderella that I have ever heard of. Why are you applauding?
This is the one that I'm quite annoyed about because I really like the film, but Little Mermaid. I mean, the songs are great, but do not give your voice up for a man. Hello?
She gave up her voice for legs. And are you suggesting that self-sacrifice is bad? What, it's okay when men do it for women, but it's bad when women do it for men? Are you kidding me? It's not even how the movie ends. Did you watch all the way through to the end of The Little Mermaid? She gets her legs, her voice, and her man. She doesn't give up anything. She has everything at the end, and they live happily ever after. What movie were you watching? Even Moser, I know that the original story of The Little Mermaid, it was supposed to be a lesson about unrequited love, that even if you sacrifice everything for someone, that doesn't mean that they're going to love you back. And that's also an interesting moral to teach kids. Naturally, they changed it in the Disney version because that's sad. That's a sad moral to teach kids. Love should conquer all. But it doesn't stop there. We got the actress for Frozen, the girl who plays Anna, also saying, yeah, Disney princesses are bad. Oh, but just the old movies. The new movies are okay. Let's get into some of her comments, shall we? Every time we close Snow White, I look at my girls and ask, don't you think it's weird that Snow White didn't ask the old witch why she needed to eat the apple or where she got that apple? I say, I would never take food from a stranger, would you? And my kids are like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. That's the lesson. It's so funny. She's like, okay, I'm doing something right. Like she corrected them from what the Disney movie was teaching them. The Disney movie was teaching them exactly what you're explaining. Stranger danger. That's the point of that scene. It's not like she's rewarded for taking something from a stranger and eating it. It's not like it gives her superpowers and it encourages kids, oh yeah, take food from strangers. No, it's a poison apple. She dies! And then she goes on, don't you think that it's weird that the prince kisses Snow White without her permission? Because you cannot kiss someone if they're sleeping. Gee, I'm sorry, Snow White. I really would love to bring you back to life by kissing you with true love's kiss, but you haven't given me your consent, so sorry, I guess you'll just have to stay dead. Yeah, that's a great ending to a Disney movie. His kiss is required to bring her back to life. That's part of the story. It's not like he's raping her. And even if you just watch the scene where he kisses her, that's it. It's like a peck and then he like kneels down and starts crying because he's sad that she's dead. He's mourning for her. He doesn't cop a feel while she's lying there dead. No! And what, are you suggesting that Snow White didn't want him to kiss her? Did you miss the whole My Prince Will Come song? Get it? Get it? My Prince Will Come? She was very obviously head over heels in love with him. Yes, she wants him to kiss her and bring her back to life. I would want my true love to kiss me and bring me back to life if I was dead. But no, he didn't have consent. He didn't have consent. You need consent before you kiss someone and bring them back to life. Let me tell you what, the thing that pisses me most off about the voice of Anna speaking out against these Disney princesses, just the old ones, not the new ones. Frozen is perfect. No, it's not. Do you guys know the original Snow Queen story? The original Snow Queen story was a feminist story about a girl saving a boy, and they changed it. They took that out and they made it about two sisters instead, and like this anti-romance side plot about this guy who says that he loves her, but actually he's evil. Because the only love that counts is love between two girls. I was actually planning on making a video later on in like the Christmas season or the winter season about comparing Frozen to the Snow Queen story and talking about how they completely ruined basic feminist elements of the original story. Oh, and guess how Gerda frees Kai from the spell at the end of the book? She kisses him! It's like the same thing, only backwards! She doesn't even just kiss him on the lips, she kisses him everywhere. No, seriously. And then they changed Frozen to be like this story about how, oh, Anna, this pathetic girl who can't get shit done on her own, and then Elsa, this girl who can't face her problems. Oh yeah, it's so feminist. Look how strong these women are. Are you kidding me? They almost both die at the end. But I could go on and on about how much I hate Frozen. Point is, you can't... How do you even dare to say that these older Disney movies are all bad? Like Sleeping Beauty, oh, basically rape. He kisses her while you can't do that. I personally would love my boyfriend to kiss me awake. I don't know about you guys. And yes, these men in question are basically their boyfriends. Like they have somewhat of a relationship before, they're very obviously in love with each other before the kiss even happens. No, Frozen is great and all these older Disney movies are so terrible. They're so terrible for women. We need to protect the children by shielding them from Disney movies that literally every other kid in school has probably watched. Like, oh, what's Cinderella? I don't know that story because my mom shielded me from it when I was a kid because I'm too delicate. I'm too delicate to watch Disney movies. You watched them. You watched the Disney movies. Look how you turned out. You even admit that you love The Little Mermaid, but you won't let your kid watch it? How is it teaching a bad lesson for kids if you did not get taught that bad lesson yourself? Remember when feminism was about girls being strong and powerful in their own way? In a way, you could very much argue that the stories in question are feminist stories because, yeah, they are powerful in their own way. I mean, Snow White, her beauty is like her power. She gets the queen so jealous of her that the queen just straight up kicks her out and tries to kill her. Cinderella, she makes an independent decision to go to the ball against her stepmother's wishes. Ariel, she's willing to sacrifice a part of herself to be with someone that she loves. These are all stories about women being strong and powerful in their own ways. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed my rant. Remember to like the video, comment below what you think about these Disney movies, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Program restart.